What's up, guys? Gonna go ahead and talk about my Draftkings picks for this week's football games. We got the AFC and the NFC championships, the Broncos versus Patriots, and then you got Panthers versus Cardinals. So, yeah, guys, I'm just gonna go ahead and show pick my lineup and show you guys my lineup right here. And yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and tell you guys who I picked. So these are my picks. For my quarterback, I got Palmer. He's a beast. First of all, very consistent. And I think the Cardinals, the Panthers, could get scored on, as we saw by their last game against the Seahawks. And Cardinals have really good offense, lots of receivers. So Palmer has a lot of receivers to, throw the ball to. So, there's that. And then there's another thing. Brady's a good pick also, but a lot of people are going to be picking Brady. And yeah, it makes sense for me to pick Palmer since not as much people are picking him, and a lot of people are going to be picking Brady. So I want to go with whoever's chosen less, so I could get my points up higher. Because not a lot of people are going to be picking Palmer over Brady. I know everybody's going to be picking Brady mostly as a quarterback, and it's probably going to be Palmer and then Newton, and last probably Peyton Manning. So I'm going to have to go with Palmer on this one. Consistent, has lots of receivers. Yeah, he should have a good game. So I'm going with Palmer on this one. Now for more running backs, I'm going ahead and go with David Johnson. This guy's, he's a beast. Again. And he's also, from the Cardinals. But yeah, this guy has, good points. And I do think they should be able to run it on the Panthers. I know a lot of people think, Panthers, are hard to run on, but I think Johnson should be able to run on them, and, he could also catch the ball and get some receptions. And yeah, I'm going to go ahead and go with David Johnson on this one. For my next pick for running back, I'm going with C.J. Anderson. Now, this guy right here, he's pretty good, and last game he did really good. As you guys could see his game log, got 16 points. You guys could see right there, and he wasn't really expensive either. He was 3,700 on his salary, and on this lineup he's 4,400. And I would pick him instead of Hillman because it seems like they're gonna start using Anderson more instead of Hillman. I picked Hillman last week, and man, he let me down. So, it ain't gonna happen this week. So I'm gonna go ahead and go with Anderson. He's he's a good running back. Should get some yardage. So go ahead and go with Anderson on this one, guys. So as you can see, I drafted him on there. For my wide receiver, for my receivers, I'm gonna go ahead and go with Fitzgerald. This guy's a beast. Had a monster game last week against the who was it? Oh yeah, the Packers. This is a really good game, and damn, this guy got a lot of points. This guy's a beast. I know a lot of people are going to be picking him, but he's just too consistent. It's just like you just got to pick him. So that's pretty much why I'm picking him. He's very consistent, gets a lot of points. Main target for Palmer, and yeah, this guy's a beast. Next receiver we got is Sanders. Now, I didn't pick Peyton Manning as my quarterback, but he's still a good quarterback, and Sanders, very consistent also with his points. He's pretty good also, compared to Thomas. Both these guys are good, but Sanders a little bit cheaper, and also gets good points. So why not go with Sanders over any of the other guys right here? So Sanders it is for that one. For my third receiver, this is a bit of a underdog pick, as you guys are going to see later on. For the other picks, I'm going with where is he at? There you are. Going with Cotchery. Now this is one of my underdog picks because as you can see by his stats, he does get some touches here and there. So it's not like he's never going to get no touches. It's like he always gets at least a couple touches every single game. So I'm just going to go with him just because, he's cheap, and hopefully, he has a good game. So that's why I'm picking him. For tight end, it's a lot of people are going to be picking Gronk, so Makes sense, to pick Olsen, but this guy's just too much of a beast. Is just too much of a beast. Brady's always gonna be throwing it to him. He's one of their main targets. So I'm gonna have to go with Gronk on this one, guys. I don't know if I'm pretty sure Olsen will do good too, but I mean, with Gronk, you just got like guaranteed points. So I'm just gonna have to go with Gronk on this one for my tight end. Now for my flex, as you can see, I have a good amount of salary left, guys. And for my flex, I'm picking my running back right here, Stewart. Now this guy's a beast, and the Panthers been using him a lot. As you can see, look at all those attempts, 261. This guy's just a machine. This guy just gets all kinds of yards. He had a really good games against Seattle, 27 points. And I know the Cardinals do have some good defense, but I don't know. For Panthers, I don't think they're gonna be. I know they're gonna be throwing it a lot, but I also think they're gonna be using Stewart a lot. So, a lot of people are gonna be picking Stewart also, but for me, it makes sense to pick Stewart because just such a workhorse. This guy gets a lot of yards. As you can see right here by his points, always getting almost all the time, always getting at least 10 points and higher. So, yeah, it makes sense to pick him, and he's gonna be my flex. Now for the DST. For the defense, all that's left is Patriots, so I don't have to go with them anyway. I was already going to pick them. You know why? Because they do have a lot of sacks, and you never know. Brady, not Brady, but the Patriots are going to have some good sacks, and they're going to be, taking out Manning and whatnot. So I really think the Patriots, you can see, they're ranked 25th. You take this off right here, 25th ranked right there. And you can't really. I know a lot of people are going to be picking the Patriots defense, but yeah, I'm just going to have to pick them because I know they're going to be doing good, and that's all I can really pick anyway with this lineup that I got. So that was my last option. I only have $100 remaining on my salary. I think these are all really solid picks. Cotry, he's really cheap. Who knows? He might do pretty good, and I know he gets at least a couple touches every single match, or every single game. So hopefully he gets some good touches. Stewart's gonna be doing good. I know Gronk's gonna be doing good. Sanders, hopefully he does good. Hopefully Manning gets some good passing game going on, and Sanders gets some of those touches. And Fitzgerald, obviously a beast. Gonna have to go with him. Palmer's gonna be throwing it to him. Anderson, I know the Broncos gonna be running it at least a couple times on the Patriots. I know they're just not going to be relying on the passing game, so we got Anderson on there for that. Johnson, very versatile. He could catch. It could be getting the reception points up, but he could also run it. And we go back right here. We take him out. You can see the Panthers ranked 18th. So, and the consistency with the points. It's just. A lot of people are going to be picking Johnson, but, I got to have him also in my lineup because I know he's going to be doing good. So you can see, this is my lineup right here, guys. Got Palmer as quarterback. One of my running backs is Johnson. Other is C.J. Anderson. Receivers, I got Fitzgerald, Sanders. My underdog right here, Cotry. Tight end, Gronk. Flex, a running back, Jonathan Stewart. And I know he's going to be getting a lot of yards. And for the defense, Patriots, which are second in sacks. So yeah, I think this is a really solid lineup. If you guys are interested, or you guys watch football and whatnot, you guys go ahead and leave a comment. What you guys think about the lineup. Hopefully get a win, make some money, since this is probably going to be the last lineup we're going to be able to make on Draftkings. And yeah, that's all I really got to say, guys. If you guys are interested in joining Draftkings, go ahead and click the link below on my description. I have the link right there. If you guys are already on Draftkings, then yeah, this is just my lineup. You guys go ahead and copy it if you guys want or whatever. And yeah, that's all I really got to say. I'll see you guys on the next video.